All right, guys, we are going to set up our Unit 3 notebook. So we got our Unit 3 paper. We're going to come to our table of contents. And of course, we need to stick in our Unit 3 table of contents. So that's this paper right here. So let me go ahead and cut my paper. To cut again, you're going to take your ruler, put it past the page number, down the middle, straight, apply pressure on your left hand, and on your right hand, what you're going to do is pull it to your hand and down. So to your hand and gently down. Now this is a lot of paper, so I'm really applying a lot of pressure. So I just did the whole unit. So to your hand and down. You're going to make this smaller. So again, go to the very bottom of your table of contents, pull it to your hand and down. Okay, so we just made this really smaller. I don't need it to be a title, so again, I'm going to cut off the table of contents. All right, so now I've made it really small, just simply because moving forward, I want to make sure that I have enough space. So that goes right underneath Unit 2. So to glue, you're going to do 4 small dots, dot, dot, dot. If you're using the chapstick glue, you're going to do a small circle, a circle, a circle, a circle, maybe one in the middle. All right, go ahead and stick in your paper, and you are good to go for the table of contents. All right, try not to move it because it's still dry and it's not ready to be moved. All right, so now we're going to go to Unit 3. So this is Unit 1, Unit 2, and this is why it's very important to have tabs, because you can see how quickly I can get through all my pages. So this is Unit 3, the cover page. Pause the video and go ahead and copy Unit 3. So it ends on the previous pages on this side. That's okay. Go ahead and copy Unit 3. All right, now that you've done that, you're going to take your papers and put them in page order. All right, so make sure that you're putting them in page order. All right, so in the order that you collected them. So make sure that it's going in page order. For some reason, mine was out of order, so I'm just double checking my order and putting them in. All right, once you have them in page order, you make sure they're in order. So now you got the one stack, you're good to go. We're going to go on and glue. So you're going to glue every double page, 2 papers, okay? So you're going to take your first 2 papers and you're going to glue them here. I'm going to go ahead and put my 4 small dots, dot, 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 dot. Notice where my dots are, towards the middle, okay? Stay away from this line, stay away from this line. So when I glue in my paper by page number, so my first page, whatever my first page number is, glue that on the left. My next page, by page number, glue that on the right. And then you're going to keep repeating that process the whole way down, staying away from this margins. All right, so we're going to go right here. 4 small dots, once again, towards the middle of the page. Again, if you're using chapstick, you're going to go around, 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 and maybe one in the middle. Again, following the order of your pages. So just make sure you're looking at the page numbers when you're sticking it in. 2 pages per 1 sheet. Glue it towards the center. So take it towards the center. Make sure that it does not go right here. All right, so once again, glue it towards the center. Stay away from the margin. All right, once again, 4 small dots, and you're just going to repeat this process until you run out of paper. 4 small dots towards the middle. 4 small dots towards the middle. All right, take your paper, put it towards the middle. All right, turn the page, and I think I just have 1 left. So 4 small dots on the page that I have left. So my next unit cover page will start over here. So again, as close to the middle as you can. Stay away from this margin and this margin. Once you've glued in, you're ready to cut your pages and do your tabs. So we're going to go ahead and do our tabs. The tabs for this unit are going to be really simple. There's only going to be 3 tabs. So you're going to split your page up into roughly 3 equal spaces. And you see how I just did that with my hand? It doesn't have to be exact, guys. I just need 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Just 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Just 3 equal spaces, as best as you can. All right, then you're going to take that first page, go ahead and bend it over just a little bit. All right, and then where this first line ends, go ahead and make a tab. Okay, that tab is going to be called rational versus irrational. Again, pause the video. All right, now you're gonna take that page, lift that up, bend the two papers, Then you're gonna take your pencil, mark, line up this top and this bottom, and that's gonna make your second tab. And that tab is going to be called Simplifying Radicals. Go ahead and pause the video. Finally, your last tab, so you're gonna take that page, now you have two pages. You're gonna take that page, bend that over, this is gonna be your last tab at the bottom. Line up your third one, just like that. And then once you mark it, you're gonna write, this one is going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying radicals. So you can write that out if you don't understand my simples, adding, subtracting, and multiplying radicals. All right, so that's my last tab. Now what we're gonna do once you have your tabs, so when you flip your paper, you should be able to see three tabs, one at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. So now what we're going to do is take our ruler and cut those out. So we're gonna start on the very first line. You're gonna line up your ruler to the invisible line on the other side. Take your paper, pull it towards your hand and down. Okay, that's gonna make your first tab appear. So every time you cut paper, a tab should appear. Then what you're gonna do is flip that page over, cut to the line, and then all the way down. And you see, as soon as I do that, what happened? My next tab appeared. Then what you're gonna do again is flip the page, go to this tab, cut it to the margin, and then all the way down. What happened at that point? You can see my last tab appears. And that's gonna be it. So there are three tabs. So basically when I close my book again, I should be able to see Unit 3, rational versus irrational. And here are the three tabs that I'm going to do. This is a very quick unit. Let's practice.